Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. Safe Haven Valley. Not really a lot of work, just kind of more of an update really. And kind of also showing kind of what I've been doing in the background as well. So amongst the crazy work hours, I work 50 hours a week right now, so balancing family and weekends, so my only downtime is literally an hour or two in the evening, so I get little time before I have my downtime before I go to sleep at night. So where we left off last time was the structure stuff for the walls. I did have something sit on this stuff while it was drying, so it had a couple of pieces did get a little bit curled, but I wanted to show you the outcome of the other pieces. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to bring these up close a little bit here. So you can see the colors, how it has some browns that show, some gray and black, and some of the actual wood color. That is what I was looking for. I didn't want to go all brown or black, or, you know, I wanted to get a kind of a varied mix. This stuff will be cut up over this next week. I'll be working on getting the walls all together, and the windows are the other thing I got to do too before I get anything too far as putting everything together. I got to get the windows in, and there's only 2, 4, 5 windows and a door. And I gotta stain those yet. So it's coming along. Let's see. So yeah, I gotta do these. I got the door and the windows. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 window. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 windows and a door. So you have the door down here, and then Frank gives 6 windows. So that's more than enough. And then I have all this other detail stuff to go through. And it looks like, I think this is a ladder. I think it's a ladder, but anyway, we'll look into that. That's a detail stuff. So, yep, that's what we're doing. That's where we're at on this Tyler's traps. Kind of moving along on that a little bit, and all that. But I've made some progress a little bit this week. I kind of went outdoors and I primed and I used my white primer that I have from Touch and Tone, which I also used, which makes it nice. I used the gray on Tyler's traps, but I used the color white. I use this color white to do the actual Oh, it's behind me here. So I went through and I did white. I got all the, I did some scrap pieces, primed them all white. They'll go on white. But these pieces are specifically for move this stuff up out of the way here. My yardman is building 2. I'm still waiting on a couple of, I got to do a couple of windows. So, yeah, so I got to do a door and a couple of windows. And the door, this is how the one door turned out. Now I'm going to zoom in because it gives me a clearer image. There. This piece is all scratch. I'll be honest, see. I scratched this end, so there's a seam there, so I supported that seam. But that's okay. These are plastic doors from Tichy, so but yeah, this is kind of what I did with the door there. There's 3 doors. I still got to get 2 windows. Here's another door. And that's another door. I still got to get the windows put in these. And then this is the other one here. Just giving it aged a little bit, and that's just stain. But the white quarter bracing will be being put on the corners here. This, mind you, is also the same touch and tone, but it's spray painted black. And all of my paint, canned paint, is just primer. It's primer. I decided to use primer colors because a couple people have asked me, well, don't you stain them or prime them? Typically, no, I really don't. I don't typically stain, or I stain, but I don't typically prime everything I do. Wood is wood, and I try to go for a natural look. And if you're going to go for a natural look, I suppose you could do a primed black with some lighter browns and grays and whites mixed in and pull it off, and they'll look great. But you know, that's just not my style. I don't usually prime things. I just do it. But this time around, I wanted to do something different, just to try something that I normally don't do. And so yeah, this is just a spray paint prime job. The doors are also spray painted white, and then I just use some stain on here to give it some grimy dirt color. I will finish detailing them all out once I get them all together, and I'm going to do some dry brushing with probably some chalks and stuff like that on these buildings, just to give them a little more in-depth. And then I got to work on the rooftops. This is the same building. This building is the same building. I'm building 2 of them, but I'm going to do them in a way where they're going to stand. See if I can get this right. They're going to stand like this. They're going to be joined like this. So you have 2 bays. You got one here and one here, and it's just an odd shape. So it's going to be kind of interesting. The roof is all can be scratch built as well. So that's the update on that. I finally got I just got to do the windows, the bracing, the corner posts, and then I got to, I think I ordered, or I need to order the door for this guy. And I think I have some other windows for this. So, yeah, getting the windows, corner posts in, bracing, and another door. This is going to be a good shape. I can then start getting it together. But I do have finally got the posts painted. I've been waiting to do that for a while. So yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of I don't know I'm going to be able to do this very well on my stand here. It's a short stand, so I'm going to do this freehand a little bit. Hopefully this will work. I just wanted to pull up kind of what I've been working on in my off time here. Been working on my on a plan here. So I'm working on my in-scale map here. I'm working on my yard. Just kind of planning. It's still in progress. I'm gonna have probably there's a single track that goes up to the roundhouse. From the roundhouse on both sides, and then on this side there's going to be some over here. Is going to be some there's going to be the Y, and it goes up here, and it's going to have a Y split here, and then up here there's a Y split. And I'll have some extra yard storage. This is just, where extra locomotives can sit or whatever I want, this overflow. And then over here, it's just, I don't know what's going to be over here just yet. But these are trees and shrubs. Some right there, I'm adding some that there, and just to give it some depth. And then you got all these little maintenance buildings. That I'm playing around with. None of this is really set in stone, but I'm working on placement. And then you have all these yards, this yard space that I did for this section. Now everything you see on the screen is just for the yard. So when you take this let's see, what did I do this in? Well, this is the decimals is supposed to be 1/16, so it comes into all that, but it didn't stay or whatever. But anyway, so this is kind of all that. So but yeah, I just wanted to come on and show kind of what I've been working on. This last weekend I sat down and I've been wanting to do this for a while. I'm starting the computer portion of my layout planning, so I guess you could say I've started a layout. If you got to start somewhere. This is I've had pre-planning, and now this is the official planning. I'm actually doing. This is the first section that I'm working on. That is important. This is the yard. This is where I house a lot of rolling stock, my locomotives, everything. I'm going to probably have more than just that because I have lots of locomotives, but that's just what I have right now available in my arsenal. I'm still playing around with this. This might change a little bit. It might be, I might make it a bigger one. I have no idea. So anyway, that's kind of the update for this week. I'm kind of color coding the everything. So basically, everything, all the blue lines is yard track. So the entire yard will be basically a block in itself. It will be isolated from everything else. So basically, what the one block will come. You come in over here. You'll have that block, an isolator there, coming off of that block into the yard. And all this will be powered together, and it'll go through and have that. You know, I have so much going on that in my head that I have to get it. I've been having to start getting it out of my head onto my program, so I can actually not forget about things. I can I'll just jot it all down, and then play around with it. So I have the harbor. I have the where I'll help ships. I have Natalie's Freight is the heart of the harbor. I have dubbed that since the beginning. It's the first main building that I did. It's the only building I did a scratch build of the original building that she did for Natalie's Freight that Frank and Natalie do sell. And so that was the first one I ventured to do my own additional. So what I did decide to do, trying to work on that. That'll be another section that I'll be working on. I got to work on the harbor, where Natalie's Freight is the shipping. It's gonna be Natalie's Freight. Is the main shipping out of Safe Haven. So it'll go by boat or go by truck. So there'll be a little bit of both there, and that's kind of my plan with that. So there'll be a lot of planning on that, and yeah, so there's lots in my head I'm going to be getting out on the computer. I'll share a tidbit of what's going on with this stuff as it goes, and kind of update on my layout, kind of how it's going to be. And then the nice thing about AnyRail, because this is what I have up right now, is AnyRail. If you are on here. If you are here on the main screen and you can go up here to you can go up here at the top, and it'll show list of materials. That's the list of materials that I have here. In here I'm using N-Scale Atlas Code 55. I might, because they don't have this is AnyRail 7, so I'm not getting the option to use code 100. So I might use code 100. 55 is great. So this is just planning the whole thing. So yeah, like I said, I got shrubbery, some buildings, and all that fun stuff. So this is just the first step for me, planning on doing more, but working on the yard diagram the way I want it, and it's still a work in progress. So, and that's pretty much all I've done this week, guys. But yeah. So you guys have a good week. That's the update for this week. Plan on getting everything on these 2 builds going more, and we'll see how it goes from there. Working 50-hour work weeks plus doing family stuff, has dwindled my time to work. But as I move forward, we'll do updates on projects. I'm not in no rush. Just like sharing what I do, and we'll do what we do as we get to it. So, anyway, you guys have a good night. We'll see you guys next week. Have a safe weekend ahead. Talk later. Bye.